I'm thinking it.
She's thinking it.
We're thinking it. And you're watching You're Thinking It. Welcome back, thinkers.
Welcome, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, comment down below. Please let us know what you're thinking about. I hope you're thinking about these topics we're going to talk about today.
I think they are. So we are bringing you a mukbang this episode, as you could see. We're going a little different this episode. It is a breakfast mukbang. So, you know, we got a little fruit spread, we got some pancakes, we got some home fries, some toast, some sausages, some orange juice, brought some Moscato, because we're grown. And we're gonna talk hot topics as usual. We're gonna be talking relationships. It's like a lot of drama in social media with so many different relationships. You know, some that we saw these things coming and some that we didn't. So off the top of my head, like I was saying, Saweetie and Quavo broke up. I'm sure if you heard. Bands A Boogie broke up. We could definitely talk this whole Floyd Mayweather's daughter
And Iyana,
with NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, toxic.
That boy has like 7 baby mothers prior to her, like literally, and she still went and did it anyway. So you know, we're just gonna talk relationships. So okay, let's dish our food out because you know how we get. So I want to start there before we get into relationships, because you did put the Kirk Franklin thing. Like,
because we can't just skip over it. I think he was being a dad. I think he was being a dad. I think his son is petty. You're very childish, being 30 years old, recording a therapy session. At that, like, it's literally a platform where you guys are supposed to express yourself and. You know,
and I know you guys
issues.
are more religious, so I was just reading the
He's
comments.
A person.
It's like, do y'all expect Kirk Franklin to not curse or get upset?
And
because
then
he's religious.
Then I watched their interview, him and his wife. She's a beautiful lady.
She is.
I watched their interview on what you call it? What's Tamara Hall? Tamron Hall. Sorry. And you know, apparently they and you know what? He is a godly man. He is a good father.
Because I'm like,
he did not even mention really what the issue is. Right. All he said is we have been battling with this for years. We don't know if it's drugs. We don't know if it's anger issue, if it's mental health. He kept that private because it's his business and it's his family business. Sorry, Jen. So, you know, like, I think people have to react. Like, you can't always be, I guess, whatever they think Jesus' disciples are supposed to look like. They all fucked up in the Bible too.
They think you don't curse and you don't make mistakes and stuff. I felt so bad for all the backlash she was getting.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, damn, my mom called me like that all the time. I could have just not washed the dishes. She sound like that.
When your bitch ass starts getting shit that's disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass.
Honestly, to me, Kirk Franklin, this is the reason why his music is so good. Because he does.
Because we know that there's another side of him.
Yeah.
He's not pretending.
And all that stuff ever do, and you know, if his son give a fuck, is help him with his streams. My friend told me she started listening back to Kirk. He a vibe. He always been the vibe.
Yeah. And not to mention, his son is a grown-ass man. He was talking to a grown-ass man and let him know, don't play with me.
Exactly. And he on the phone, try me.
And the daughter got on Instagram after and said the same thing.
Of course.
You like, my dad was a great dad.
With this all their
whatever the case is, and I'm robbing him. Like, let's not act like because of that phone call, my dad is not who y'all think he is. So.
Exactly.
And not to mention, the son was like, oh, I'm the firstborn, talking all of this shit, and it really seems like he's the one with the issues.
Yeah.
Like, from the whole thing.
Entitlement issues.
That happens in families. So
of course.
That's why I'm like, I feel like we're talking all relationships because that's a family relationship that was having a little trouble in paradise right now.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I'm going to start with the biggest headliner of relationships right now is the Saweetie and Quavo one. Like, you know, I guess we pay attention a little bit to the Band. Definitely invested in this whole how this Iyana thing is gonna play out.
Not
real.
well, duh.
But with the Saweetie and Quavo, did you guys see the video?
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole video.
Yeah.
But you saw
But
the
I
clip
did.
that everybody else saw?
Mhm. And I did hear that she apparently swung first, and I saw.
Okay, so yeah,
I saw
how
them do
y'all
a
feel
little
about
back.
that? So first of all, did y'all see the breakup coming? Because I feel like all three of us are not a part of the calling celebrities goals. They weren't goals to me when they
begin
first
with.
started dating. Because, I mean, I was just never that person. Beyonce and Jay-Z are not goals. None of these public relations, like, I don't personally want to be like them. Only thing they have that I want is maybe their finances.
That's
But
about it.
other than that, I don't want to be like Quavo and Saweetie. It's not goals.
No.
So some people who are really invested in these Instagram relationships, like, oh my God,
Right.
I
Instagram
thought they were
relationship.
perfect.
That's the best way to put it.
How did this happen?
Can I just say,
And
just see
I was not surprised. Yeah,
just see
I
it.
wasn't surprised.
If
They're 22, 23.
Right, but
Not even off the straight I thought it was toxic. It's just because they're
when
young.
you look back at the videos of Quavo and Saweetie holding hands and the paparazzi around them, you can always see he's looking at her like
Yeah.
why are you know what I mean? She'll be signing something, talking to people. He's like,
I don't think
so.
they had as much chemistry
yes,
as
and
the
portrayed.
pictures would
Yes,
perceive.
in the video. Yeah.
Exactly, because I even saw a video low key that they were on one of those trips and somewhere that it was snowing, and he simply literally threw a snowball at her, and she's like, "Oh my God, why would you do that?" And it's like from the video, it really didn't seem genuinely like a girlfriend who was just tired of her boyfriend to play too much. It was like, damn, like, are y'all not in a relationship? Like, is it all serious all times? Because yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then it's like not surprisingly, I wasn't surprised when actually, only because they're from different sides of the world, but I get Offset and Cardi. Because Offset seems like an energetic and full of life. Like,
Yeah.
I've literally seen him like put on different voice impersonation stuff. And then Cardi's fun. So that's why I just agree with Joyous, because it's like,
More
but
compatible.
Howard's that your boyfriend when you're that mad that he threw a snowball? Then y'all not really compatible.
Y'all don't have fun.
If he wants to have fun, but you're so worried about your looks that it's beef on camera because he threw a snowball. It just looked really awkward to me.
Yeah.
And that's not something I would have done to my boyfriend unless I literally was on my way to a photo shoot. I don't see why it was that serious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the video though.
how do y'all feel?
I was
I'm not
triggered
gonna
when
lie.
I first saw it.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay.
I was triggered, but I always think that there's just certain times, like, especially as an artist, I be telling Joy all the time, like, you have to, or in the public eye, I should say, you have to be on guard and you have to be protecting your image at
they
like
said when
all
Quavo
times.
looked up at the
He
elevator,
knew. He
He
knew.
said, they got me.
He knew
They
that
got
eventually,
me.
whenever or however that was gonna drop, it was
It was
gonna
gonna
drop.
eventually.
So this is how I feel. So one, my mom always taught me do not hit a man because you know
My
what,
mother taught me
you're
that as
gonna
well.
trigger them and they might
slap your ass back.
Yes,
And he
yes.
didn't hit her. We're just gonna know.
And he
So
that.
then
did.
two.
At least this
Also,
time,
I would
we're
say
gonna know
this:
that.
men from looking at the aspect of the man, how can a man defend himself?
And
when
that's
the woman
all
is
I'm
hitting
saying.
him? You know what I
Because
mean?
y'all know I'm slightly.
Because he did grab.
He grabbed her, but he didn't ball up his fist. We don't know what was in that Call of Duty bag. I think it was jewelry. I think he said, "I'm taking all the shit I bought you back."
Oh yeah, because especially when Ben came out like
That's why I
last
was
week,
triggered. I'm happy
they
they
said that
break
he
that part.
bought. They said that he
He took
supposedly.
the car back. The least.
And
Who the fuck buys
you
a
used the
birthday
word
gift?
Trigger, though, Gabby.
No.
What's triggering about it?
So thank you. I'm so happy Joy brought that up because I remember.
This is a birthday gift.
What I remember, and we have all said it, is that it makes it very hard in this society. People want to say we're too independent as women. We're not satisfied. We don't appreciate things, and we try so hard to make sure that it's us that got it and us that got it. Because,
yeah, they say, we want to be a
and this
man
is-
in the relationship.
and this is
like
why
that.
I was triggered.
Because you
Thank you,
think you're
'cause you
gonna
just-
take my Bentley back. That's why.
Exactly. We have a society where it's like you give something and it's
holding
not
it over your
genuine.
head.
It's not genuine because as soon as you get into a little dispute, a little disagreement, it's like, and that's why I'm gonna take it. Don't give nothing that you don't give.
You know, my view is very in between. Cause on Joy's perspective, totally want to start off with, like, I've had some of my own situations in relationships where I had to step back and still realize I was wrong because my mother also did raise me from growing up. Like, please, especially, you know, I'm a tall girl. I'm not really a small person. It's not okay when you're 4'11" either. But I'm just saying, I be right up there with men. So my mom always told me, like, you know, you never know when a man feels like he's on guard, and you can't, you know, like the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation, think you gonna sit there biting a man, punch him in his head, swinging him around.
He has to stop you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so hard for a man. It's so hard for a man. Exactly, that it's like, you know, if a girl is on your back, as a female, if a girl's on your back, you gonna swing her off. But as a man, if you swing her off, you just threw that bitch across the room. Like, it's so hard for a man. So I really do sympathize because, you know, people were in the comments coming at other people with subliminals like, anybody defending this video clearly gets beat by their men as well. I'm like, well, shit, I must be getting beat the hell up because that doesn't look like, that wasn't an example of abuse to me. They look childish. I literally commented and said, it looks like when you and your cousin both want like the last tech deck in the store, and then you're like, no.
That's me and Kenya.
No. And then your cousin is a boy, so he's bigger than you, so then you release and go flying. Like, that doesn't mean your cousin pushed you over. Yeah, that was me and Karan, so that's what I'm saying. I grew up a little rougher, so I don't know if those females commenting have never stumbled playing too rough with a man, but like, I'm not personally from that video gonna label Quavo a woman beater. But yeah, I think that was super whack that people in the comments are doing that.
If he was a woman beater, he'd have balled up his fist. Let's be honest. Because it's not until after
women beaters, their impulse don't even exist.
Right.
As soon as that happened, he would have been like, and then looked at the camera.
Right, and then looked at the camera. So as soon as the whole thing went down,
he fucked up from stage one.
Yeah.
He knew he fucked up.
I just feel like he was also defending himself, and I don't know how you guys are, but a couple of guys could comment below, but a lot of mothers tell their sons to hold her hand and like give it a shake, like chill. You know, so he pretty much did that in
and then,
order
like you said, sis gonna stay on the floor for like 20 minutes. Like,
no, I definitely believe she was hurt. I definitely believe she was hurt. You know why I definitely believe she was hurt? Sweetie is not that big in size. She probably bounced the fuck off that elevator and sat her ass down and thought to herself, you know.
But I agree with men in the comments that was like, Sweetie didn't realize she was little when she threw that duff at that man. We really gotta watch out for stuff like that, ladies, because when niggas knock your lights back out, they wrong. If they don't, they wrong. Like, either way, we should just probably not do things like that. She could have really let that bag go. Let that bag go, girl.
And my
get on that elevator without that bag if you really want to leave.
What was in the bag? That's my thing.
That's what everybody said. Everybody said, I want the Birkin bag side of the story.
I bet you it was jewelry. I'm sorry. That's my guess. It was jewelry. He said, I'm taking back all the shit. Or I'm taking back all the shit I ever bought you.
I don't feel like it was anything in particular that was important. I feel like she just threw the swing with the bag, and then he just tried to grab the bag out of her so that she just wasn't hitting him with something. Because her hand is not gonna hurt him. I don't think the contents in the bag is relevant.
Do something!
Bro, can you move, please?
Be quiet, be quiet.
Okay.
Next topic.
Can I have the syrup, please, for the next podcast?
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate what's going on in social media with relationships. Then, so from that with toxic, we could just go ahead and get into dumbass Iyana. I'm sorry, I almost just want to put dumb in front of her name. No, that whole perspective, I want young parents to look into this.
Like, y'all crazy.
You know, it really, to me, shows that your relationships with your parents sometimes then directly affect your relationships in life. Floyd Mayweather was not the best example as a how to treat women.
That's a fact.
And you know, maybe we, or me personally, I think or expect too much of people in the limelight. because I just feel like it's almost like when you're raised middle class compared to people actually raised in poverty. Like, you had an option to do better. So my whole thing with her, Floyd Mayweather is not God, but it's like you do have a like whatever multi-millionaire as a father. You could have picked a scholar. If you don't like a scholar, you could have picked somebody. Yeah, but that's not my point. Is that, like I said, I'm not a parent, but I could have sworn that we raise our kids so that your life turns out better than mine.
Not everybody.
So
Not if you have a boozy mentality.
Even if
you just want to raise them just like
I said, I'm speaking on what my view is. Like I said, maybe that's why I said maybe that's what I expect of them.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
they don't care.
I would not expect to 2 years from now see Kobe Bryant's daughter, who just got accepted to USC, dating a drug dealer. Cause it's no need. I don't even see how you were not raised around that. So how did you end up being attracted to that? I just thought you were raised around rich people. That boy don't even really carry himself well. I mean, you picked a rapper who literally still wears Air Forces and white tees. He don't always have a haircut. It just is way too dirty for me. I didn't think she had to find fucking a president's son, but like her type lost me. Like, you picked the one of the most disrespectful yet popular rappers out right now, who literally has, I'm sure that it's 5 baby mothers and 7 kids now. And then you go throw yourself in that equation. And then it gets even weirder when they repost her videos, because I don't know if social media is trying to portray it like that, but it's like she only listens to his music now that they're dating, wants some real loyalty. You know, we see Ella Bands do a little lip sync to a new A Boogie. We see Ari sing a little Moneybag song, but you never see Iyana on a boat, in a club, at her friend's house in the car.
So
and
it's not, baby.
Yeah. So they're just like, you know, it's giving borderline obsessed with your baby daddy, but that's a beautiful thing, to love the father of your child that much, even if he's not with you.
So how long you think they gonna last?
They're not together. They were never together from when she was ever pregnant. That's why I'm like, I just feel bad for her, and I just thought that maybe. Yes, everybody literally says it's like she's famous but was a fan, and literally it's like
makes sense.
Yeah, it's like if you're also a household name but you're like embarrassing yourself for Chris Brown, but it's like you're also Rihanna. You see how Rihanna walked away?
No, she's not Rihanna.
Cause she
was never Rihanna. You just the father, you're the daughter of a rich man. That's it.
Well, I just feel
and he's
like
ghetto as fuck too. He can't read, so I don't really know what we expected him to want a scholar. He's not a scholar. She's never been raised around scholars.
But that's what I'm saying. She knows how to read. Sometimes shit like that, like all jokes aside, doesn't matter to me. There's plenty of people who are walking around with a father as a drug dealer and a mom as a crackhead, and they went to college and not started dating a crackhead.
No, but it's common.
I don't get it.
It's common for a good girl to like a bad boy. It's a common thing. So it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
However, does it not look horrible?
It looks horrible.
But I'm telling
you. The video of months ago when he like, in my house with her bitch ass daddy. Like, what? And now you're pregnant, and then you don't even live in that house no more. He got a whole new girlfriend.
And she was behind there too, like
2 months. Yeah.
She was stupid bitch.
That's why I'm like, I don't know what to put in front of it except dumb. It is what it is. I hope she wake up and get smart, but right now it's just defeating. It's giving nothing but dumb. If that's what she was trying to give, it's giving what it needs to give.
She's a young girl who is just
dumb.
In a love spell.
Dumb in love. Next topic.
Dumb.
You all been there.
Ella Bands and A Boogie. That's a normal shit falls off. Yeah. Y'all might fuck each other again.
In social media
they're
anyway.
young. They break up. He's a social media personality. It clearly just seems like it don't even be a scandal with them because nobody cares who he cheats with. It's never that serious.
It's regular.
It's just real surface level that clearly A Boogie, she's tired of him. It's clearly something behind cheating.
Yeah, she posted a tweet and she was like,
so that's
finally starting to realize
the getting on social media thing, because that's what they do.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I'll answer your
nobody
question.
was even looking into it.
You know, I don't think I don't think you have to post this type of stuff on social media. Like, especially, like I said, being in the limelight and trying to protect what your image is, especially as a woman who's now trying to be an artist, but that's here nor there. You know, I don't see the benefit to going online and talking about relationships that won't last. Like, I don't really, you're not Ciara and Russell. Like, we don't care. Y'all are not positive. We don't see longevity here. So I really don't get why they do all of that. I think it makes them look dumb with the back and forth and shit like that. If you keep shit on the low, when you go back to your nigga, we would never know that y'all was beefing.
They never, on relations, they never even do nothing calm, like just take down the pictures and then we're like, what happened? They always get on Instagram. Like, it's like even Saweetie with the little paragraph of like, you know, I've endured so much throughout these,
and he like, you not who I thought you were.
It's like
drama.
What was even the need really for you to get on Instagram talking about what you've endured and things? I don't know. It just be them. Some of them say, you know, they wanna just as much as they brought it to us like it was something happy. They want to be honest and let us know when it's not something good anymore. Which, you know, I guess I could respect that, but sometimes genuinely, like, we didn't care. Like the A Boogie thing. It's in the media, so we're talking about it. But like Gabby said, they probably could have worked out the little trouble in paradise. And then, you know, y'all decided to not work.
Just tell us.
And that's what I commented on the shade room. I said, I think that they doing promo because Ella Bands is trying to.
New album?
She's not really relevant for no reason other than being A Boogie's baby mother, as a lot of them are. So now she's trying to tap into her own artistry. So all of a sudden, it's
artist versus artist. Ooh, you get that? That's a pun.
It's a lot going on, but yeah, they definitely.
I think it's for publicity and to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So y'all don't even think Ella Bands and A Boogie really have an issue?
I think it's gonna be like how they always have issues. They'll probably get back together maybe at the end of this year and do the same thing until the baby's 18. Then maybe they'll decide to separate.
I think, honestly,
I think people always be fucking their baby mamas, to be quite honest.
I wish they would see that people really don't care. A lot of people are just in it for the gossip.
Unfortunately, they can't think that when you have like 500,000 comments under the shade room, because people do care.
Yeah.
That's why they keep giving us bullshit.
But the thing about it is, a lot of people don't care about your happiness. That's what I want them.
That's true too.
They want to just
have society feeding off of.
Well, that's what we're all saying is that like nobody genuinely cares if y'all work out. So I just thought it was a little dramatic, even of Saweetie, for example, like what you've endured. Like, well then unendure it and go ahead and
then
get
what
the
did
fuck
you
on.
endure?
Like it's like like y'all speaking in codes and everything. Then y'all come and say shit, but not really saying shit. I've endured so much and take care. Like, what type of codes are we speaking?
Yeah, text that
like,
to him.
I don't get what
they
y'all
really
be
trying
talking
to be
about.
so quotable.
Yeah, they really, and that's the problem is like what Gabby's saying, like, we don't care, but then people will be quick to like repost that tweet, like, yes, sweetie, like, what do y'all even do? You
just
even
tell
know
us
what
you
she's
wanted us
talking
to
about?
stream best friend.
Yeah,
that's all
like,
you have to say. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, and then last but not least, to me, that's about to be the most toxic. That's a good looking man. And I'm not gonna lie, personally as a person, I'm not team her anymore. I was listening to her even before you. People think I'm so not girly, but like, I support music that I see potential in. I like female rappers as well. And I really, 2-3 years ago, thought Megan would have been further than this. I saw a lot more potential in her. I really wanted her to market herself different so it could last a little bit longer. And y'all disagree with me. I'm telling you what she's doing in the media, the music's not gonna last. Or you're gonna draw so much attention to, like Joy is saying, that what we really do care about is your negative drama, not your next hit. Because now we're more so receptive to expecting that from you instead of the album. But we will know what beef you have tonight, but we don't see you in the studio, but we see you drinking a lot and beefing and online and
went
twerking.
On her page and saw like 4 images of him, I was a little bit confused. Like, no offense, and I'm here for happiness. I know JT and Uzi just finally posted each other and stuff like that. But it's like...
Yeah, they claim that's been a while. Jay-Z and Uzi claim that's been a while. And they got to the posting.
Take your time, sis. Yeah. Take your time. And maybe we're being wrong and like y'all been together longer. But I just highly doubt it. I really don't think that because Tory and how the timeline is going, it just don't really add up.
I'm going to be honest with you. From the kick in the door in the hotel room, we saw him in a negative light. Then you could have let that die down before you start posting him. And from the tears of you being shot and talking about your mother and talking about all of that stuff, back to back, it honestly feels like you should have been sitting on somebody's couch and talking some things out and not really posting a relationship. And as somebody who's been a fan of Tina, was it Tina Turner? It was Tina Turner?
Tina Snow.
Tina Snow. A fan of Tina Snow. I just want to let you know it doesn't seem like you're in a positive
mindset. It's affecting your music. That's all I'm really saying. It's affecting your music.
It's not just
and that's why I'm telling you and Darnell. The shit is trash since she started this whole dating and trying to be at every party, and you in Trey Songz dinner and you at the pool with Tori and Kylie. Your music got way trashier than them freestyles that people really fucked with years ago. It's not like that no more.
Even more than the music, to me, it honestly, the whole thing, it looks like you're unhealthy. Your mentality
she looks lost. We see it unfolding in front of us.
For you to go and start posting this guy, when we first was introduced with him, is for him to kick in the freaking bathroom door. And then the next day you guys, it really just looks like now you're in another. You know what I mean? After Tory Lane shot you, I'ma just be real. You should have definitely sat down and counseled and decided, you know what, talking to guys right now.
But real quick, how do y'all even feel about that? Because I was gonna say, I'm gonna speak from experience, right? When you call the police, especially on a black man, and they did do it, usually there's consequences. It's just nobody concurred with her story that there was a bullet wound. There was a wound that went from one side of her foot out to the other, but literally I've never seen one article that confirmed that it was a bullet, which was people's issue. That is like, how do you know from drinking and commotion that, yeah, maybe you did hear a gunshot go off and that's why you know it's just so much was going on and then you have a wound. But a lot of people that even saw the picture were like, that looks like when you step in a big ass piece of a bottle or something like that. And it's just, you know what I mean? My whole point is we just never even, it's so many other people who somehow stay away from this type of shit. So I don't understand how got
jumped in
such a short amount of times. You're dating Tory, we have no idea. He shot you, we're confused. We didn't even know he was like that. You're friends with Kylie, we're confused. Now, like Joy said, like 2 months go by, you have a whole new boyfriend, y'all in love, you post him. It's getting so messy, like you should really sit in the house, take a break from drinking.
What's your hot girl shit, girl? Hot girls don't do this.
Yeah, take a break from dating.
And when you are that
hot girls get the bag and don't need to post the nigga just to get it. Like, y'all go ahead and be happy and see if it even works out.
Exactly. Start posting people.
But when toxicity is around you and it's around every corner that you go around, you have to stop. You have to stop and you have to tell yourself, what the fuck am I doing that I need to cease it? And that's what I really feel like. With you dating somebody that was that toxic to you, you should have probably decided to take a break. Sometimes you gotta take a break from the dating.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it's hard because I'm working on being less aggressive and I have a brother. So it's just, I'm always right in between of like trying to only put it in a man's hands because it's not right if Tory did anything like that. But I just want to say, like how Quavo said, you're not who I expected you to be, sweetie. You know, he's a little right because from what Saweetie portrays, we didn't know you were the type that was punching him in the face or slapping him with a big ass Birkin bag when you're upset. So just like we said, I just wanted to be consistent through everybody's situation. We don't know would Megan be doing in her relationship? So once again, I didn't like the narrative like, cancel Tory. Tory's toxic. We're literally getting a glimpse that Meg's a little toxic herself. So you're also drawing those types of niggas in, and then they're only to blame when something goes wrong. When that nigga kicks down the door, oh, he has an anger management problem. Tory shot you. He like, what are you doing though, sis?
Yeah,
really, what are you doing? Because I had to think of that with myself. What are you doing? Why you just
even if it's not all the blame, you have to take accountability for something.
Is it fun for you? I don't know. Or are you genuinely lost and that's what you are feeling, so you don't even know you're getting yourself? But it's not just the nigga that's the problem if you keep on reappearing.
No.
So I'm like, I couldn't cancel Tory because we never got the story. How we know that Megan didn't slap the shit out of him with the gun, pistol with him before they got out the car? Now he's toxic? He's the bad one?
No, I think accountability will let you know that when it comes to being in a relationship, if the relationship is toxic, it's both of you. Yeah. When the relationship has gone awry, it's not just one person, it's both of you. Mm-hmm. It's also the person that allows it to get that fucking far. We have to be honest and take accountability for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I definitely agree with that.
I think Meg is a woman, you know, she's definitely gotta get her hot girl shit back up and learn when to walk away. Yeah. You know? Oh, me, y'all. We've been legal for me in New York City for a minute because you just put the blunt down when you go past the police, and then, you know, we're all enjoying ourselves. Or in Long Island, you know, smoking on your own property is basically your version of legalizing it. Because as long as you're in your backyard, puff it down as much as you want to. But I'm definitely excited to know moving forward that, you know, that heartbeat when you do have weed in your car and you're on the same block as the police and you like, damn, like, I could really go to jail for this little eighth that I just picked up and things like that. So I think it's definitely just a great feeling to just not have to feel like that's the next thing left. One less thing to have to look over our shoulders about. Like, you know, now just worry about not having your license suspended, not having headlights out, but you can smoke an L in NYC. I heard the limit now is going to be
3 ounces.
Yeah. So
here's the letter of the law. I'll give you guys a few little tidbits of what you should know. You are only allowed to possess 3 ounces on you. Past that, I don't know the exact amount because we had the
they think
reform.
They know everything. An eighth is 3.5. So they tell you to take a nickel.
So the reform that was prior to that, I'm not sure what the ounces was on that. I feel like it was 12, but I don't want to be quoted on that. I'll put on the bottom like what it really was. So if it's above that, if it's in between the 3 ounces and then the 12, because that's what I think the last legislation was, you'll get a fine. Past that, you will be arrested. It's still considered distribution to sell. Intent to sell. Okay, so there's that. Like Shay was saying, it is going to be legal, period, to use. You know,
it's gonna be. I didn't see nothing about medical use only.
No, it'll like be recreational
as well. We can blow it down in NYC.
Yes. I believe the age is 21. Not quite sure. I'll put a little asterisk at the bottom as well too. And then some of the other funding, just in case you do care to know. But also, before I get to that, also what it does is it allows New York State to start selling weed recreationally. We have dispensaries in New York State, but it's for medicinal purposes only. So now we'll be able to go inside 21 plus, which I think it is, and purchase marijuana. But one thing to note, that is only effective in New York State. Long Island is completely different. We have things called municipalities, which are towns, the town of Hempstead, the town of Oyster Bay, the village of Freeport, the village of whatever the fuck. We have things like that. So
basically go to Queens.
Go to Queens, exactly. Or once it's passed through local legislation, every single municipality, their call is allowed to decide whether they want it to be sold inside of their town. So just because you can smoke, let's say in the town of Hempstead, but if the town of Hempstead decided that there's no dispensaries, then there's no purchases that can be made within the town of Hempstead, although it's legal to smoke in the town of Hempstead. So I hope that makes sense.
And that's what everybody was curious about. I think that 420 friendly people were always anticipating this day and how it would go. Because, you know, I've always heard people say the question, like, well, so is it still illegal for you to sell weed yourself? What if I'm not?
No, it's still illegal. Like I said, if you're caught over, I think it's the 12 ounces it's intended to sell, you will get arrested. Then you'll get a fine. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. You get a ticket.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm asking. So they expected this transformation,
and it's effective immediately.
They're expecting us all to use dispensaries eventually.
Hopefully,
right.
but like Shay's saying,
that's what they're trying to do is help all the weed smokers shift over to dispensaries.
Like Shay is saying, that's why your budman will always still be working. Because not only that, but an eighth inside a dispensary is not going to be an eighth from your budman.
I was going to speak on that because
even though your budman is charging
now
too.
I think exactly. Like at this point, I would love for them to bring
competition.
Because that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, people are like, nah, we don't even care about there being dispensaries and legal weed because that gives them an excuse to tax on it, and that takes bread out of our pockets. I'm not gonna lie, y'all should have thought about that. Y'all should have thought about your customers when y'all started hitting us with these prices. Because I'm a damn sure take my ass to the dispensary, all right? Niggas around the corner that was talking about some 45 to 8th. My issue was never paying 45 to 8th. Exactly. My issue was never paying 70 for a quarter, 150 for a half, and things like that.
Diesel.
My thing is, I don't know where the hell you got that from. Like, you could have got your sour from a nigga in the hood who got it from nigga in the hood. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are upcharging, telling us
in y'all little cute baggies
it's
now.
Some heat, you know, it's some za and things like that. I feel totally comfortable spending that money because the dispensaries will be able to provide proof. I went to a dispensary in Massachusetts that them eighth bags literally tell you everything down to the percentage of THC, CBD. Like, it's telling you how high you're gonna get. Indica, hybrid, what type of high you're gonna get. It's telling you, oh, Gary Payton, energetic weed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are charging as if y'all are dispensary, and I think it's hilarious. It's about to be, for me, it's about to be a slap in the face for y'all, because I don't need y'all anymore. Yeah. I really don't. Waiting outside for 30 minutes, I'm not. I'm going to walk into the store, make my order, and leave. I don't even need to talk to y'all no more, so I'm about to love it. I really am.
I was going to say this, be careful as a budman out there on the streets. Yeah. Because as we become more legal throughout the state,
they're going to try and shut y'all down.
They're going to try to shut you guys out. And on top of shutting you guys out, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're legalizing weed, we're not going to get locked up. No, they're still going to try to lock you guys up. And it's important that you take this time and take your money and you invest it in the proper way and go the legal route and become a part of a dispensary and become a part of a
or at least invest in it.
Yes. And guys used to think I was annoying when I used to be like, you know, drug dealers are cool, but like, what's like your 10-year plan? Like, what you about to do with the drug money? Because all I'm saying is like, Joy is like, I'm not saying that. First of all, it's hustling, so that's the point of hustling. Yeah. I don't really have to feel bad about it. Like, they are gonna put y'all out of business. That's really just how it's gonna go. Yeah. When they start, and like I said, it's really due to service, like I said, because you know us, like, you know, I just think for a lot of people who, maybe kids don't mind that anymore, but I know me at 23, like I said, I am not trying to call you, ask you for your address. You don't send me the address until 15 minutes after the call. You know, if I'm trying to smoke some weed, you don't know if I might have work, I got plans and stuff. I'm totally gonna love being able to pull up to a storefront, paying and leaving. Just cut and dry. If it costs me extra $20, I'm cool on it.
And they'll start
delivering. Or you could be like Cali, where they'll start delivering. Of course. But I want to just also say this.
Which is another thing Budman seem to not be able to do properly. So that's still going to put y'all out of business.
And I want to
y'all need to pull up on time.
I just want to just also say, before everybody like, oh, no, that's not going to happen. Please think about the moonshining business. Okay, moonshine is still sold. But at the end of the day, people don't go and look for moonshine a lot. Okay, we still go to our local
adapt to what
and we get
being pushed on.
So understand the way that moonshiners are of very rare breed, budmen are going to be a very rare breed.
You gonna Google your dispensary? I can't Google my bud.
Right. So before you become a delivery man for a dispensary, we are really telling you make sure that you are a part owner.
Yes. If y'all haven't been saving up by now, I don't really know what y'all be doing with y'all money, because it's been moving like this for years. I mean, you could even look at Jersey. You could have been had one there if we really keeping it a buck. But another thing the bill is gonna bring is funding for Black and brown people to start their own businesses, because we own, I believe, less than 5% of the weed market in the United States of America. So that's super dope.
I'm definitely ready to invest.
Yeah, so and that too, guys, find out what, my boss called me, she's like, I'm investing in Visine. Start to look into what are the things that are involved in this cannabis industry, and start investing in those things. Let's invest in the farms, and
I think that raw should literally sponsor
the papers, the things, and stuff like that. So start to look to see who the stakeholders going to be in making sure this push to cannabis in New York are going on. And
as soon as y'all know me, as soon as they said that Kanye signed the dotted line for the Gap deal, I invested in it. That shit is going.
Yeah. And the great thing about it, I feel, is that we have this opportune time where we don't get this a lot in our life, where you get to invest in something from the very base of the bottom and watch it matriculate past 10 years, 20 years, don't touch that money.
Like, investing is literally
so easy.
You literally can go on your Cash App,
TD Ameritrade,
if you want to invest
Cash
right there.
It's so simple. So it's like, come on now.
Yes, I just want to let you know, I don't know how you guys are and what y'all think, but it's really pathetic to see a drug dealer, a weed dealer, 40, 50 years old.
Yeah, y'all can't keep doing this.
You can't do this the rest of your life. So
you really can't.
And then y'all wonder why y'all relationships don't work out. That's why y'all
running around 12 hours a day.
No woman
you
wants
can't
to be.
Even
nobody wants it.
Nobody wants to be with a man that gotta get up every 10, 15 minutes to go make a jab.
You're not settling down type. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody even wants a grown
Set
man
yourself
to
up
say
to
that they
stop
got a
working.
jab outside. Like what?
At my house
kids anymore. Yeah. What? Nah. So
aspire to be a business owner legally.
Period. So I hope y'all enjoyed, because I enjoyed it. It was good topic.
There was lots going on this week. I hope we save some things for Jess, but that's America. It's gonna be like a whole bunch of new drama already next week.
Of course.
Honestly, look for some healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Healthy relationships. Be honest with yourself. If it don't feel good, it's probably not good.
And I read something the other day that said that you will not find a healthy relationship. You cannot look for a healthy relationship. You build a healthy relationship with somebody through healthy communication,
being a healthy
and things
person.
like that. Yeah. But it's like, we can't find that. So like you said, clearly all these breakups, both of them were the problem. Quavo's a problem, and Saweetie's a problem. Ella's a problem, A Boogie's a problem. You know, Iyana has problems, NBA YoungBoy is a problem.
Go sit on somebody's couch and talk to a therapist.
Definitely.
Do not be ashamed. Go sit on somebody's couch. Everybody honestly needs to sit on somebody's couch. Okay, we all got our issues. Yes.
Like,
comment,
subscribe.
Thank you for watching. You're Thinking It.